So we're back on table 30. It says on there, but I can see that's actually table 29. The graphic is wrong. Oh, here comes my man John doing his little magic there on the screen. And I'm being helped out again by the delightful Maddie. Say hello again.
Hi.
So John's bringing up the scoreboard for me, which for me will be great because it will also have the benefit of names. Phil Shots, what a name. Did he make that up himself? Now, I may have mentioned before that John's using the same software that I use at home when I'm streaming, but he's so much more adept with it than I am. I know the basics. I can get my scoreboard up. You asked me to find some pre-programmed scoreboards, though I would struggle. But I am watching closely what he's doing. So here we are, Phil Wellman, aka Phil Shots, against Gabriel Vasilesh, the guy who beat me in round one. Somehow Gabriel Vasilesh reminds me of a kind of European version of Mohammed Sufi. Very much so, in fact. Look at that face. Well, you can't see the face on there, can you? What a shame. You will when he bends down. I don't want to say bends over, that doesn't sound right. Doesn't quite pot like him though. And he has left this wide open for Phil. So a little brave shot of Phil. Two rails get between the 9 and the side pocket. Or will he leave it short? He might leave it short actually, just for safety. Oh no, it's just pulled a Dennis Hatch. It just pulled a Dennis Hatch. And for those of you wondering what I'm saying, Dennis Hatch did this against Dan Appleton in the Moscone Cup. He was leading 4-2. Darren made a comeback. And then in the hill, Dennis did a shot just like that and snookered himself on the last ball. Oh, it wasn't snookered. Well, wash my mouth out with soap and water. Not water, water. Because I'm from Yorkshire. And that is one apiece. Right. So level pegging. This is the race to 7, the winner's side match. It turns out Phil and Gabriel are now friends again. We will use that expression quite a lot. Every time they get level pegging, they will be friends again. So today's first trivia question: from what film does that expression come? Friends again. Famous film. What film made that expression famous? Answers on a postcard or in the comments. Do let me know. In what film did you hear the expression friends again? I'm going to ask Maddie. She actually no, she won't know. The film's a bit before her time. She's only 10, bless her. She's a little cutie, and she's been my bodyguard for the day. I'm seeing get a selfie with her later on. Maybe sign an autograph. So, because this is Maddie's dad was at the table, and Phil knows that Maddie is watching. I don't know if it makes it harder as a player knowing that you're like your nearest and dearest are watching you. I know when I used to play in the league and my missus was there, I could never really win a match, but she kept nagging to me, putting me off my game, breaking my concentration. Now Maddie, of course, is not doing that. She's just watching her dad play pool and hoping for the best. But I wonder what it's like from Phil's perspective, knowing that Maddie's here. Breathe, man. Ah. I'm being told to breathe. Actually, it will heal me breathing because I've been quite asthmatic a bit today. I've been up and down those stairs a couple of times, and I'm really feeling it. So, Edson or Philly, the question goes to you, since I said it earlier. We use the expression friends again. From what film does that expression come? There's no prize, it's just a little bit of bragging rights, whoever gets the answer first. Friends again. It was said from one bad guy to another bad guy after they killed a third bad guy in the film. But what was the film? Unfortunately, I can't remember the actors' names on the film, but one of them was a regular in Third Rock from the Sun, the American comedy. And in the film, the character's name was Quaylen, if that helps. So, Maddie, how long did it take to get over here today? How long did it take you to get here? How long was your drive?
About 50 minutes.
50 minutes. Oh, you're not that far away then. Whereabouts you coming from?
Hmm?
Where do you come from? What area?
Tyler in Reading.
Reading. Okay. Been there a few times. I've been to Reading several times. Last time I went there, it was closed. I had to go home again.
My mum's fully South African,
Okay.
and I'm half South African, so I've got South African blood in me, but I was born in Reading,
Born in Reading, so you're half Reading,
and
half South African,
yep.
and half Irish.
Hmm?
Another half might be sort of French. No, that's a lot of halves. I'm trying to confuse her, but she's not having it. You can't fool a 10-year-old, not nowadays. I'm gonna have a sweetie. Sweetie, come here. Pardon the noise. Oh, it's really nice. So I've got a little hit off Phil there. Lines up nicely on the 9. I missed one of these earlier. 9 ball off the spot and I missed it. The shame. Okay, so Phil takes the lead, 2 racks to 1. Winner racks their own, of course. To 1 now. He needs a score on. Yeah, yeah, he needs a score on. So I'm guessing, man, you've got no idea what time this is going to finish tonight. 45 minutes. Okay, this the last matches. Ah, right. So we just learned that these are the last matches. I'm going to stop my phone calling somebody because I said a magic word. I put a magic word on my phone. You probably heard it ding in there. And every time I say that magic word, the phone wants to call somebody, anybody, just somebody. It's a pain. It's haunted. I've got ghosts in my phone. Got solid whack, but nothing down. I need to dress this up nicely for Gabrielle. So, Maddie, do you get to watch your dad play a lot?
When he's on TV,
When he's on TV?
when when he's on TV, I would like watch it on my phone or
When's he go on TV?
um, I guess
GB9.
yeah,
Ah, right. Yes, on the stream table.
or when
Did he?
he's
Seriously? Oh wow! So apparently beat Albin Ocean. That is a feather in his cap. Mosconi Cup team member. By mad coincidence, I'm sporting my Mosconi Cup T-shirt, 30th anniversary edition. It's my T-shirt. It makes me look like I know what I'm doing. Those in the know that's a complete lie, but it looks good. It's even got me name on the back too. This was bought for me by a friend of mine. It was a really nice gesture. Yeah, I've met your dad a couple of times, and last time I spoke to him was when they went from Redhill to High Wycombe when they hosted that particular tournament because people at Redhill had taken ill or something. And I was the first person he called on that morning.
Hmm?
And about 4 o'clock he called me. That I was already on the road. I was already driving. It might have been a bit later. It felt like 4 o'clock. And we had a bit of a discussion about whether or not to move the venue or to cancel it at short notice. Between us, we decided to move it. I say we, I mean your dad. It's his tournament, not mine. I just happened to be the first person he called, and I was already on the road because I'm travelling from the furthest distance, which he knew. So he called me first, and we had a chinwag. And based on that, they put it at Wickham, and is that where it stays now ever since? Is that where they keep it, Maddie?
Hmm?
Is that where they keep it at Wickham? Nice. So it seems it was a good decision. So two apiece. Gabriel ties the match. They are friends again. What was the film? That breaker, Gabriel's very effective. It was putting that one ball to the side of his break with monotonous consistency against me. Of course, every time you get something off the break, you've got a chance. I don't think he missed a single one ball. Do you play this game much?
No, not really.
You're not interested in
I mean, I did have a go earlier, but it wasn't very good.
it? Well, we've all been there. We've, yeah, just take a while. I've been at it about 4 years, I think, 5 years, and it shows. But it will get better. That's a nice stroke. Drew back, held. Good shot and a nice angle off this 8 ball. That's a bit pacey, I think. Needs to pull up and it's just about okay. That's nice. And there goes the 9. Finding gravity to make this match 3 racks to 2 in Phil's favour. Somewhere in here is live. This is the one. Welcome to live chat. Okay, so we don't have any correct answers for the expression friends again. From what film did that expression originate? What film made it famous? Friends again. Here's another clue. It starred Sylvester Stallone. Somebody wants to grab that? I just thought I heard Phil say to Gabrielle 3 fouls in it. So I'm guessing Gabrielle's on 3 fouls, but also I'm guessing that the second foul wasn't called because Phil is playing on. The rule, of course, being if you want the 3 foul rule to count, you do call them on the second foul before they play the third shot. I've got a question for you. Do you ever boss your dad around?
I think it's more the opposite way round, to be honest.
Would you like to boss your dad around?
Depends what it's for.
You could become a referee, and then you'd be able to boss everybody around that comes under your purview. And if it happens to be a dad, you get to say the final word. Can't quite give him detention, you know, but
What's that machine?
hmm? I don't know. Might be a jukebox. Got LEDs in it.
Digital jukebox.
Yeah, that looks about right.
What is it? What is a jukebox?
A jukebox. You know when you get music in a pub, well, instead of it being played from behind the bar, they might have one of these, and you pick the music that gets played. It costs you like a quid or a couple of quid to play your tracks. You might get 1 or 2 or 3 tracks maybe, and you pick some songs. And when the current songs are finished playing, your songs come up. Meantime, somebody else might go on, and their songs will come on after you, and so on. And it's called a jukebox. It's a cheap way of having music in a pub without getting a DJ. And it kind of is actually a very cheap way because if they get a DJ, they've got to pay the DJ, whereas using a jukebox actually pays the pub. Oh, we've got hold of that again. It's gone a bit lively. This has now become difficult. But Phil's unfazed. He's looking at this one. He's eyeing it up. Doesn't need to do anything with the cue ball particularly. Just worry about the pot. And there it goes. A little left jaw, but in it went to make the score 4-2. Yeah. So there's some very famous female referees in pool. The most famous probably is Michaela Tabb, married to a guy called Morgan McInnes. He's got a shop and a pool hall, I think. Certainly a shop up in Glasgow, I think it is. Somewhere in Scotland, anyway. Lovely girl, very bossy. The most famous one at the moment is a European girl called Desislava Boshilova. That's a mouthful for you. Again, lovely girl, but she takes no crap off anybody. You give her rubbish, she'll give you what for. I think they're living out their childhood dreams of bossing people around. So here comes filter break. Ouch. Lost the cue ball there. Missed the side pocket. That's a big scratch, is that? The one doesn't pass the six to that pocket, so they played the other way. I say it doesn't. It doesn't look to me like it goes. But that's what he's lining up on. Okay then. Makes life a little easier for him. Now this has got potential danger written all over it, but I think it's okay. So my little helper's scurried away. I think she's gonna have to be with her boyfriend for a few minutes. Oh no, she's coming back. I can see her. I can see her sneaking up on my right with a little puffer jacket. I said little. It's actually bigger than she is. But your puffer jacket. I'm saying it's a little puffer jacket, but it's actually bigger than you are. Remember, this is a race to 7, so Phil gets this one. Just 2 racks from the end. These are the final matches, so I'm told, and we will have our top 4, the qualifiers for the UK Open. Okay, so we get to run the question one more time. The expression friends again, as these two players are, every time they get level with each other, they are friends again. But what feature film made that expression famous? We had a bad guy called Quaylen, and it starred Sylvester Stallone. What was the film? On a side note, that film also featured Dan from EastEnders, when Dan used to be a character in EastEnders 20 years ago. So Phil's working that cue ball quite well. I think has he got enough on this? I don't think he's quite there. Couple more inches, one more turn of the ball. It'd have been sitting pretty. Now, not so pretty. What's he going to do here? Winding up. And played that well. That's a nice hit. It's so easy to hit those with a little too much deflection and for the spin to just have no effect. There goes the 9 for a 5-2 lead. 3 minutes past 7 here at the Raging Bull. It's probably 3 minutes past 7 everywhere, I'd imagine. There'll be a bar opening somewhere near you. Unless you're in Barnsley, in which case they always close every time you get thirsty. That's according to my missus, but she's from London. She calls Barnsley the back of beyond. She's probably not wrong. I'm just toying with the idea of turning that camera around and train it on Maddie for 5 minutes, just so she can go, "Oh, get it off, get it off." Well, got hold of that one better. Again, missed the one ball. This time he's dressed it up. But he didn't scratch. Tail's open. Oh, now then, that's a bit of a little bit of a wild one, if I don't mind me saying so. That one there. But he's recovered it well with the combo. How's this going to bounce? He has a shot. Just watching the other table, there's another quarter-final match going on there. Again, can't quite make out the players. So we are playing down to the semi-finals, at which point this competition will stop. There's no point finding a winner because it's looking for the top 4 players to qualify for the UK Open. So once the semi-finals are reached, that's where we'll finish up. So this is a quarter-final match. Phil Shots and Gabriel Vasilash. Hope I'm saying that right. Well, Phil's 5-3 up. Gabriel's about to bring one back here by the looks. 5-3. He's still in it to win it.
Oh, thank you. What's that? Sweets again, or what?
Sweets, yep.
Oh, really? Is it?
Buttermintos.
Is that?
Oh, time for me banana. Yes, we have a banana. It's lunch. It's been a long day here. Did you know there are rules for eating bananas? I can't say them in front of Maddie because they're all quite rude. Which one's kind of mentioned? Hold on. I got to be careful here. Maddie's sitting next to me. She's 10 years old, so I've got to be really careful how I say this. Let me think of a rule I can say in front of her. No, I can't actually say any of them. There are rules for eating bananas. I can't repeat any of them in front of you. Sorry, you're too young to know about such things. If you know the rules about eating bananas, keep them to yourself. Is all I'm saying. But this banana's very nice. Oh no, I just took a bite with my eyes closed. Oh, I do like the edge of innocence. It's so funny. Anyway, yeah, I needed this. We did get a pizza earlier on, but didn't get a chance to eat it. Matches had to be played, so I had to abandon my pizza to play my match and lose. And I'm still a bit hungry, so I'm looking at quarter-final matches on 4 tables here. GJ's playing off to my left. I don't know what the score is on that table. I can't see their scoreboard. But hang on, GJ lost earlier. So unless that's some sort of loser side match that I'm not aware of, then that's just to be playing a game. It's nothing to do with the tournament. There's a nice kiss for you. I think Phil's been taking lessons out of the Tony Book of Escapes. Hit and hope. Sometimes it just works. Cheer up, one. That's a much better hit than his last one. A little more controlled. He has left it though. There's a bit of a cut on this one. And shots like that where balls near it sort of sprout ears and elbows. In this case, the 8 ball getting really, really large. Now, what do you do with this? You're up against it. You're 5-3 down, raise to 7. Dodgy shot on the 3 with odd shape on the 4. What do you do? There's a nice safety for you. The plan, of course, is to get the opposition to move both balls off the rail when they reply to this. So there are other quarter-final matches going on that I can see. That table behind you is with behind this table, Steve Della. I don't know who this guy is who he's playing. Whoops. And the guy's just battering the light fixture. So we'll try and get an update for you on the score. In fact, let's have a little look now. Where are we? Steve Della against Harry Harrison. No, that's been done. Where are we? Oh, Danny Gokul against Hassan Shahid. I've been looking at Danny Gokul all day long thinking, I know that guy, and I was thinking it was Keith and Pembid for some reason. Danny, oh, I should go over and say hello. Ramesh Danny Gokul, really nice bloke. A decent pool player. And that's why I know him, because he goes down to the Rock and Roll, I think, at Leicester. I've seen him down there a couple of times before. So another rack back for Gabriella. The score now at 5-4 in Phil's favour. But everything still to play for. A match to look forward to later on when it comes up is Glenn Murphy. Now, for those of you who haven't seen Glenn Murphy, I'm hoping he's going to be on the stream table. For those of you who haven't seen him, he's got a queuing action that's so unorthodox. It makes you wonder how the heck it works. It's just something to behold, but you'll see it. If he's on the stream table, you'll see it. So my little munchkin helper has run away outside for a while. I think she's going to have to see another boyfriend. She's got about 3 boyfriends here. So I don't know how they do it. Gabrielle brings another one back. I'm going to have to say it's friends again. Still no right answers. From which film did that expression come? Friends again. This guy's got a great break. So consistent with it. That one ball every time. So that raised to 7. And you're now suddenly a best of 3. Meanwhile, on the other table, Ramesh and Danny Gokul rose level with Hassan Saeed, or Shahid rather. Glenn Murphy about to start his match with Hassan Khan. Things getting just a little bit sweaty here for Gabrielle. I think if it was me now with Gabrielle completing the comeback, I think if I was Phil, I would have taken a timeout at this point, just to stop the momentum. Use it tactically. Tactically. Am I advocating unfair play? No, not at all. But you're allowed one timeout per match, and you can take it at the end of any rack. That's something I don't like. Still sticking to the queue. Brings up the age-old debate about glove or no glove. I'm a glove person. You don't have that issue of sticking to the queue. That being said, he's also a glove person, and he still is sticking to the queue. Just going about his work. Just very workman-like. There's going to be 4 racks on the trot. His tail is very much up. He's got the bit between his teeth, and he's on the hill. Phil needs to stop the rot. Now then, Gabriel's taking his own time out. He's letting Phil stew for a little while. So both players going to have a break for a moment. I'm going to do the same. Grab myself a quick drink, and I'll be right back before you can spend money. In fact, do you know? Just to fill you in, we're talking. I've got my friend Maddie back here with me, and we're talking about things not related to pool. In this case, we're talking about cosplay. Don't ask me how we got onto the subject, but do you know the Pokemon theme tune?
Hmm?
Pokemon. Do you know the theme tune?
Theme.
Yeah, the song, the Pokemon song. Okay, right. Anyway, it's written by a guy called Jason Page. I got to meet him at Sheffield Arena, and I provided all the stage equipment for him to sing it on stage. That's when I was
Did
DJing.
you do like when you was DJ? Did you do like loads of like birthday parties where you like DJ'd?
Oh God, yeah, yeah, loads, untold. So we did all the cheese songs, and a lot of people didn't know these dancers, so I'd have to lead them in the dances. So me, little fat old me, could be on the stage prancing away like giving it all. It was kind of funny, but yeah, we do all that just to get people to learn the steps. Cha-cha slide, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Hmm?
Gangnam style.
So did you say 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, do you remember that one? Five Steps? A song called 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. Oh,
It had
I
Rachel
used to love
Stevens in
that
it.
song. I used to love
Oh,
that
Rachel
song.
Stevens. Oh,
Or there was
she's gorgeous. She's probably still gorgeous. Anyway, I digress. Um, yeah, so we did all that, and it was great
wait,
fun. The
go on,
kids
I'll take
the
a
kids were absolutely marvelous.
hmm?
The kids that did the cosplay stuff, they were just lovely, all of them. So Phil needs to make this frame if he wants to be friends again. And to give you the answer for the question we've been asking for the last sort of 6 racks or 8 racks or more, the film from which that expression originated was called da 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 Cliffhanger. I dare say most of you have heard of that film. So yes, Quaylen says it to his henchmen right after they killed the helicopter pilot, and he goes, "There you are, friends again." But they're kind of both nasty pieces of work. So yeah, the answer was Cliffhanger. There you go. Now that's a thing you know.
Hmm? Wait, what happens if I click it?
Click here. Let's have a look. Oh, it works again now. Look at that. Every time you click that, it goes off. My mouth don't work.
Mm,
Try it again.
I want this thing on my head.
You want to put that on your head?
Yeah,
You want to talk to the people?
yeah.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pass Maddie over because this could be the final rack of the match. I hope it's not. I'm hoping we're going to go to Hill Hill. But I'm going to put Maddie on the phone and let her have a chat to you. Say hello to Maddie.
Hi guys.
You won't be able to hear anybody. Nobody can talk back to you as such. So the only interaction we'll have is here on the chat. So hoping people are going to chat. But as you see, no one's chatting. Many people chatting on that one, but
That
that's not this one.
was the Facebook live stream.
Yeah, that's been delayed. I like to bring back. It's alright, it's already live. So we've got 7 people watching and listening to you, but no one's saying nothing. All good? That's how you are. I don't know where your dad's gone. I think he's back. I don't know where he is. But this is looking like curtains for him, I'm afraid.
What did you say?
This is looking like curtains for your dad. Slightly off angle on this there, but it shouldn't be a problem. I think it's straight enough to actually hold it for him. We'll just come back. Qualifier left. He's going through a rapid pace. The danger, of course, with that is overrunning it. And then
Yeah.
if he gets behind his horse, it's nicely on the 8. Tell him that.
Hmm?
Tell him. He's got nicely on the 8 ball.
What?
Tell everybody he's about to finish the match. He's got nicely on the 9 ball. And this is for the match. This is from the UK qualifiers.
We got one ball left to put, and it's already been into the pocket.
Nice one. Yeah, you just made your YouTube debut. I just heard you on there. Well done. Right. Can I say that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. That's my delightful little friend Maddie. Just listening to himself on the playback there. Um, there are some of the matches on the go, but we're not able to stream them at this time. We may be able to move the stream camera in a while. But Gabriel Vasilevich goes through to the UK Open. Commiserations to Phil. He put up a good fight. But it's a great comeback by Gabriel. On the other tables, so Ramesh Denigokul, 4 apiece. Still tied with Hassan Shahid. That's been a long rack as that. That was 4 apiece ages ago. So that's going on a bit. At the bottom there, Simon Ayres 3-2 up on Steve Della. So he was 2-0. So Steve Dowd just holding him to account at the moment, and he's at the table, I can see, with a shot on the 8 and the 9 to try and make it 3 apiece. The one I'm interested in, the one that's just started, oh, I think it's just started, or it's just starting. I'm hoping it's going to be on this table. No, it's on the other table. It's actually on the other stream table. I'm going to try and get the camera over to it. It's Glenn Murphy versus Hassan Khan, and I think Glenn's taken an early lead of 1-0 looking at this. Oh, no, I tell a lie. Hassan's taken an early lead. Okay, I was nearly right, but I was wrong. Hassan's taken an early lead. But I know Glenn is going to give him a hard time. He's no pushover in Glenn. So if we can get the camera down there, I would love for you to watch this guy. But for now, I'm going to go and have a break until we decide what we're going to do with the camera. If I don't come back, you know, it's over from this end. Thank you ever so much for joining us. And my friend also wants to say ta-da.
Bye, guys. Thank you for watching.
Bye, everybody. She's so sweet, isn't she? Well, what do you know? We are back. So, if you stayed with us, thank you for staying with us. We're going to follow this through to the end. Glenn Murphy on table 31 there with Hassan Khan, the guy that put me out, and of course we've got Simon Ayers level pegging now with Steve Dalla. So Simon got off to a good start, and Steve's now pegging him back. Simon's at the table. And a little bit lively with that cue ball. I want to see where Danny Gokul is. Oh, there he's down the far end on table 28. I can't see him too well from my vantage point, so I can only follow him on Q score. And Q score tells me it's 5 apiece between him and Hassan. This is the quarterfinals, so I'm guessing it's a race to 7. So everything's still to play for. So we've got the one result. Phil shots unfortunately going down to Gabriel Basilash. After leading 5-2, went down 7-5. Gabriel with a 5, what a 5 pack, I nearly said. But 5 racks on the trot. Making up a real head of steam there. So the guy I was telling you about, if you look at the far table, stood there choking his cue. Looks like the drunk uncle you see at people's weddings, the one that no one talks to. Glenn Murphy, really nice chap, really nice chap. And if you get to see his cue in action, that is just something to behold. Check that elbow going. Although on this occasion, they did kind of let him down. But just keep watching is all I'll say. Just keep watching. That technique, such that it is very, very effective. I was watching him up at Savannah's on Tuesday at the Tuesday Night Flyer, and lost in the final against Paul somebody or other. I forget the guy's name. Williams, is it? Little baldy fella who was always in the final. So he did all right. Meanwhile, Simon Ayres breaks off, having taken another one rack lead, 4-3 to Simon. It's not yet on Q score. That should go up any moment if they remember to put it on. Now, I'm not sure what's happening on Danny Ramesh Gok. I can't keep calling him Ramesh Danny or Danny Ramesh Gokul. I just call him Danny. I'm not sure what's happening on his table, but I think his opponent's just miscued. And I think he's set Danny up. Yes, he has. I can sort of lean over at the side of my seat and have a little gander, but it's really hard work because there's a big pillar between me and that table. Meanwhile, Hassan Khan having got this one and he's bounced it. So let's see what Glenn's awkward queen action can do for him here. We might not get to see it, to be honest. Table 30 is kind of in the way. But you never know. Well, it's a mad shot, and he really, really did get away with that one. But you know this is going to be a David Alcady shot. This is definitely going to get banked. Cue ball's partway up the... oh, wait, I missed it. Cue ball being partly up the table. Object ball being across the side cushion. Simon Ayres goes 5-3 up on Steve Dalla. On the other table, it looks like Glenn's pulled ahead now. So I'm guessing that attempted bank by Hassan didn't pay off. Glenn there capitalising. 2 racks to 1. Meantime, back over on Danny's table. He's got a long 8 ball to land on the 9. And it's in, and it's coming out. And that's come out really nicely for the 9. This should be 6-5 to Danny. I'm assuming there's a race to 7. It doesn't say here, but ball's in. There's no handshake yet, so they're going to go race to 7. So Danny goes 6-7, head of Hassan Shahid. Glenn Mayfair leading Hassan Khan at 2-1, and Simon Ayres 5-3 up on Steve Deller. I've not seen Simon Ayres play all day, so for me he's a complete unknown. I've seen most of the other guys, even though I don't know the names. Indeed, I played against a couple of them. So Simon Ayres is a bit of an unknown, but he seems to be holding his own, and then some. Crunches them well. Now you see what Simon just did there, moving the rack. I am so jealous of people that can do that. I've got shaky hands. I mean, shaky hands have only one use, which I can't repeat on here. Not really much good for anything else. But when I'm refereeing and I have to move racks, I'm still able to do it even with my shaky hands. Goodness knows how. Also, now my 10-year-old friend has disappeared, I can tell you the rules for eating bananas that I was going to tell you earlier when I was eating my banana. All right, there are, I think it's 4 rules for eating a banana. 1, don't eat a banana with your eyes closed. Okay, this is a rule. Do not eat a banana with your eyes closed. Number 2, don't look at anybody in the eye when you're eating a banana. Okay, you just don't. Don't look anyone in the eye when you're eating your banana. Number 3, take short bites. And number 4, take quick bites. You don't want long bites in a banana. Again, you just don't. And take quick bites. So there are 4 rules for eating a banana, none of which I could say in front of my 10-year-old friend. So now you know. It's a thing you just learned. So Steve playing out a decent safety there. He's got Simon fully hooked by the 9 ball, I think. He's going to kick at this 2 rails. And he's left it. And more than that, it's a foul because there's no rail. So the thing about safety, you never know how good a safety is going to turn out to be once you play it. In this case, you would have expected the man to escape it and not give away a ball in your hand, but he did. Hit it off the second rail. Balls went into space. No rail, ball in hand. Advantage Steve. This is an awkward shot though. Down the rail, bridging over a ball. Oh, it's not bridging over. You can actually see down the side of it. And hits it with authority. So definitely advantage Steve. It has to be said to be quite away from these tables. I think Steve's just about to foul on the 8 ball with his sleeve, and I don't think he saw that. That'd bear some replay with that, but he was very, very close to that by the looks of it. I can't call it from here, it's not my place. It's up to the players. But that certainly looks a bit close to me. He would not have been aware of it even if his sleeve had touched it, because it was his sleeve, not his arm. So had he touched it, he'd have been blissfully unaware. But that's one thing about the pool playing community, stroke fraternity, stroke whatever. They're generally a good bunch of blokes and girls. Blokes and birds, they are. And if they do something that's against the rule, they'll call it on themselves, usually. There are one or two, and everybody knows who they are because they get found out very, very quickly. So 5-4, Steve breaking off rack 10 and scratching. On the other table with Danny, it's 6-5 up and he's got ball in hand, but it looks like a bit of a messy table. This could be a short rock if he lines up on the E4-9 combo, but he's not going for it. He's going to run the rack instead, which as a professional you would expect to do. As an amateur, you might go for the 4-9. I'd go for the 4-9. I'm very much an amateur. That was gone just a little bit further than he'd like. He might just go forward 2 rails here to get onto the 6. Yeah. Yeah, we're just looking at Danny on table 28, is it? Yeah. Still at the table. Still 6-5 up. Let's have a look. It's a bit of a, I've got creamy neck to see this. Okay, there's got to make some cue ball travel go on here. Ah, still plenty of life in that rack yet. Oh, excuse me. Back over this side. Steve with a speculative long back, and it works. That's one of those shots. It's not quite a shot to nothing, but it's one you commit to if you're going to go for it, because it will pay dividends. And looks like this was going to. Steve, we think, is about to draw level here with Simon. And that needs to run a bit. It's going to be short. It's just about okay. Just about okay. The nerves are going at this time, at this point, and he has held it well. So Steve drops this in, the score goes to 5-5. Suddenly it's a best of 3 on table 30. It is all to play for. Remember, this was for a place in the UK Open. Behind them, of course, Glenn Murphy versus Hassan Khan. Glenn had just taken a 3-1 lead. I don't know if you've been watching him in the background there. That queuing action of his is weird as hell. It's got to be the strangest queuing action I've ever seen. Steve to break. Rack 11. Whoops. Now what's he going to call it? Well, technically hit it with a tip. That counts as a stroke, and that should be a foul. But the other player let him off. But yeah, because he touched the cue ball with the tip, it counts as a stroke. That should be ball in the hand to the other player, but he won't get away with that in the televised part, that's for sure. So Steve dodging a bit of a bullet there, I believe. And it was Simon's generosity by snookering him. And fair enough, you don't play to lose. And the guy cuts you a break, you make the most of it. But he puts it anyway, so looks like Danny won his match. 7-5 against Hassan Shahid. So we've got just 2 tables now you can see on the stream. Glenn 3-1 up against Hassan, and Simon level with Steve at 5 apiece. Now then, 2 very much uncharacteristic misses. One from Simon, one from Glenn.
Wow. How do you do that? How do you come up with those things? Oh, it was a different shot. Oh, it was a different shot.
When I'm refereeing these matches, I have to be impartial. It's part of the job. You have to be impartial. It doesn't matter who you want to win. You have to be as fair as you can, call it down the middle.
I know, I
As a
know.
commentator, you're still supposed to be impartial, but I do have my favourites. I know who I want to win. It's a great shot there by Simon. How's it going to work out? It's worked out. He's got a 4-ball down the rail. There aren't many downsides to being a commentator other than you can't run away when somebody farts next to you. Oh man, somebody's starting to kill me, yeah. Oh, that's rough. I'm gonna fart back at him in a minute. On me. Talking of farting, on a side note, I was in the gents just yesterday, and this is probably something you don't want to hear. But I was in one of the cubicles, and some guy in the urinal further along there, and I farted. Next thing I know, he farted, then I farted again, and I thought, sounds like the frog chorus. Just thought I'd tell you that. Anyway, on that note, timing at the table. A straightforward 8-ball and a straightforward 9 to go on the hill. Watching Glenn's game in the background there. breaking all the cardinal rules when it comes to queuing. Jerking the cues in the air, he's jumping up. And yet they just go in, they just work. 4-1. So here's Simon breaking on the hill. Steve, of course, needs both remaining racks. But he's got to get to the table first. Simon gets 2 balls down. 3 balls down even. And as one's noted by the great Shane Van Boning, the more balls you pot off the break, the fewer you have to pot when you're running the rack. He's a little far off this 3, if I'm honest. He's just overrun it a bit. Again, considering his options, he'd like, I think, to go rail first and a kick out, but that 8 ball is massive. So let's see how he tackles it. So the 4 ball obviously passes at 6. If we get shape on the 6 off this 4, then the rack is over, and so is the match. It's just a little tricky, sort of bridging near the rail and near the 8 ball. So this is missable. It's off angle. It's got distance. This is all about bearing down on the shot. For me, I'd do nothing special with the cue ball. Just go forward and run to the rail and take the 6 to the side pocket. But he's not me, and now this has become an awkward cut on the 6. If he's going to win this, he's going to have to work for it. Tension here at the Crucible. He doesn't like it. In all honesty, I didn't like that shot myself. So what's he going to commit to? Cut to the side. Now he's going for the corner. It is there, but it's not getting any easier now. Square to the 8 ball. This was not going to cut down the rail. So it's either a reverse back to the side pocket, a fallen back to the corner and around the houses with a cue ball, or a safety. Looks like a safety. And it's okay. Got a good 8 ball. Meantime, there goes Glenn laying on the pressure to take it up to 5-1. I must confess, I can't wait to see Glenn on the TV. I love seeing him in the UK Open, just doing what he does. That's short, that was always short, that was always short. That was always short. And I think that could be Steve's last action in this tournament. Yeah, he's conceded. There's the handshake. So Simon goes through to the UK Open, the televised stages. Steve unfortunately goes out. Commiseration, Steve. It was a good battle, a valiant effort. So we now have just the 1 table remaining.
Are we finished?
So table 30 is finished with Simon beating Steve 7-5.
That's fine. That's for the next time.
Are you able to focus on table 31 by any chance?
Trying to.
We're going to try and get zoomed in on table 30 a little bit, so you can see what's going on a bit more. It's about as good as we're going to get, I think. That'll do it. Is that autofocus? There you go. That brings things into focus. Sweet.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's focusing first team there.
yeah.
He was blocking me.
You got autofocus on you.
I'm going to remove it once I get that connection.
Yeah. It's actually not too bad on at the moment. For a little bit, but so technical department doing its thing there. John sorting out the stream for me, as always, a gentleman. So here we are focusing on table 31. Glenn Murphy versus Hassan Khan. That's interesting. Got some random friend sending me a weird video on Facebook. So that one's over.
Yeah.
This is live. That's 5-1.
Oh, Glenn's 5-1 ahead.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, so this is the last game now.
Yeah, that's the last game. This was
I think
finished.
this one's
They
finished.
haven't updated it yet, but it's finished. Might want to let them know just to do the screen. Update the system so we can say officially it is over. There goes my mate Joel. Just sort out the scoreboard for Simon and Steve's match. So that will update momentarily. Meantime, in the background, I love that technique. That is brilliant. So that one's updated. Match is over. Well done, Simon. So we have just the one match left. Table 31. Glenn Murphy versus Hassan Khan. Score is 5-1 to Glenn. I do like that safety. That's a really awkward six ball to do anything with. He took a chance. Oh, it didn't quite work out for him. That was a good effort. And again, apologies to everybody for any odd language you may have heard there. Hassan, understandably, slightly frustrated at that. He played a bit of a Hail Mary. It kind of worked until it didn't. And this is about to put Glenn right smack bang on the hill. Hassan's got everything to do now. It is all the remaining six racks. I really, really hope to see Glenn on the stream table at the UK Open because I can't wait to hear Jeremy Jones commenting on him or Carl Boyce commenting on him. You would think with all this, I would actually know when the UK is open. Have a good one, mate. Safe journey. So many players, of course, going home. Now the tournament's pretty much over.
See you maybe on the 19th. Please. I said myself today when I was gonna come in the box to check, but nobody could come. Why the no Pac-Man in this account? Huh? Pac-Man? This one? Well, I did, no? Okay. That's good. So next time it was. Yeah, if I knew it, I'm gonna play differently. I think
Just checking some of the stats on the tournament. 200,000. Is it dollars or pounds? It should be pounds because it's UK Open. Yep, it's dollars. $200,000 prize money available for the UK Open. And the last place of the qualifiers, I think there are a couple more qualifiers to be had. I don't know where they are offhand, but again, you can Google it. So Glenn just hanging that 2 ball. Hassan's still got a chance here. He needs all 6 racks, but while he's at the table, he has a chance. The tournament, of course, itself proper starts on May the 7th. Go to the 12th, runs for 6 days. And you'll be able to watch that on the Matchroom Multisport YouTube channel, I believe. And on, I would imagine, the relevant Sky channels. You will have to find out on the day. But yeah, May 7th to the 12th. So I'm going to lose Q score for a minute and go back to the live stream. Which is where we're at now. It doesn't drop, and I think that could be Hassan's last action. Or has he got away with it? He might have got away with this. Yeah, the 8 ball looks to be very much in the way. So, Glenn taking a swipe. I mean, it all seems very haphazard the way he plays the game, but he seems to get the results. Even now, it looks like he's got 3 ball possibly covered, or is it a case of mind the gap? I think he's got a gap, you know. Yes, he has. Score is currently 6-1 to Glenn. So one of the guys, of course, just asking what the score is. So let's go back on Q score as well. This one here. We've got the 1 match left. Let's scroll right down to it. They haven't shown the finish to the Simon Ayres stroke Steve Della match, but that one is well and truly over. As you can see, there's no one on the table. They just haven't closed down the match. So it looks like Hassan Khan is about to bring one back here. not giving up. And indeed, puts a night to get one rack back, 6-2. So we could still be quite a few minutes from the finish with this match. But this is the last one here at D&G. It's a marvellous venue, by the way. If you want to come down, the tables are beautiful. All shimmed down to 4-inch pockets with Andy cloth, 998 tournament blue. Beautiful cloth. I've got this on my own table at home. And the venue, Raging Ball in St Albans, got its own car park as well. So free parking. However, the car park's not the biggest in the world. There are some other units in the area, and the car park can get a bit full now and then. But what's not to like? The staff are friendly. There's cheap food. I'd imagine it's cheap beer. I don't drink, so I don't know for sure. Pizzas. Last night I got a Chinese takeaway from the bar, so you know. If you want to come to a place that you're going to mark down as 5 stars for a game of pool, this would be it. That was an interesting rack, considering it's a template. You see how there were a 9 ball popped out there. There's obviously a gap behind it. You get a wall rat's pack of balls, the 9 ball shouldn't really move. This looks tasty though. This looks very, very tasty. And that looks cripplingly tasty. Well, ball in hand, what sort of work has it got to do here? 1 to the 2 looks interesting. And the 5-7, I think they're not interfering with each other, and I think the air ball passes a 3. The awkward one rare really is a 5 ball. It's a little bit of a messy rack. What a shot. So I've been a little bit premature there in my assumption that Glenn's going to get ball in hand. He hasn't. So this will likely be another safety coming up. I can't see him going for anything off this one. Nothing aggressive. Which he did. He went for it. Don't tell me he's got the hook again. If he has, that will be telling, because anything diagonal across the table with a hook is really awkward. But no, you see the way he's queuing, he hasn't. Now then, did that roll up behind the 8? Doesn't look like it. His body language tells me it didn't. So he's keeping calm, he's keeping his stroke in order, not panicking. A lot of people, when they get to this stage, will start jabbing and bashing and flailing around. He's just sticking to his routines, just sticking to the exercises that got him this far, remembering his cueing, how to approach, how to deliver. And that cueing is still beautifully smooth. This is where the character shows through. It sticks to it's all to fight for. He didn't like it, and look what he's left. That I think might be a touching ball. That has turned the tables around on this one. Because if he gets a rack as a result of this, that's suddenly 6-3, and suddenly he's on the attack. We saw this happen earlier with who was it? Was it Simon and Steve? Not Simon and Steve, with Phil and Gabrielle. Well, Phil was it 5-2 up, something like that, and Gabrielle came back 5 unanswered racks to take the match 7-5. So there's the expected miss. The question remains, what can he do with it? And also do take this as a lesson, by the way, if you're playing and you're down, you're playing one rack at a time. If you can get one rack back and then maybe get another rack back, suddenly you're on the up. The pressure becomes more so on your opponents, even though they may be in the lead. So never say die. Give it something right to the very end, because you never quite know what's going to happen. One thing I have noticed with Hassan, his strokes slowed right down for these rail shots. He was snatching at them earlier when he played me, and it caused him to rattle a couple in the jaws, which gave me a couple of easy points. By only 2 easy points. He's just keeping himself together nicely. The pressure out there must be enormous considering what's at stake. A place in the UK Open. And do remember, of course, anybody can enter this. You pay entry fee, you turn up at the venue, you play a match. If you get through, you're in the UK Open. And it's as simple as that. There's no favoritism. All right, there's no handicap. There's no bribery of any kind. You do it if your own metal. And Hassan Khan at 6-2 down is fighting. He's now only 6-3. Of course, don't get me wrong. The odds are still against him. He's still got to win the next 4 racks. But it's not beyond the realms of possibility. For example, remember last year that famous match? My friend Ben Telefuente was refereeing a match between Shane Van Bonen and Mika Immonen. Race to 11 and Shane was 10-3 down. And that was the comeback of all comebacks. It can be done. So Hassan prepares to break again. So using an open bridge for this one. It's a fairly open table, to be honest, now. Feels that that's it. This is looking quite ominous. The only possible dodgy ball now looks like that 5. But has he played a loose one here? It has not finished where he wanted it to finish. And I think is partly hooked. If he's going to go through to the televised stages, he needs to tighten that up. His positional play, I've noticed the ball just gets away from him on occasion. No, apparently it was fine. He was just kidding us all. Nice and straight to this 4, be able to roll through for this 5. Um, Again, he wants to leave an angle, see where the 6 is on the end rail. I don't think he wants to go short side on it if he can help it, but we'll see. That queuing action gets me every time. It really does. And it looks like the fat lady is here singing her heart out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great day here at Raging Ball in St Albans. Thank you ever so much for joining us all. I was about to say, John's helping me with the stream. There you go, and this one's over by the shouting. So again, thanks for joining us at the Raging Ball. Thanks to John for organising it and his friend Joel. And thank you all for watching. So our four qualifiers, if I can remember them. So we have Glenn Murphy. I can't remember the other three, but it is on Q Score. Let me just bring up Q Score and I'll tell you who they are right away. Our four qualifiers are Gabriel Vasilash, Danny Gokul, Glenn Murphy, and Simon Ayers. All qualify from today's session at the Raging Ball St Albans. We're out of here. I've got a nice long drive home. I'm dropping somebody off at Spalding on the way back. I did remember the name of the town after all. And we'll see you next time, whenever that may be. Have a good one. Have a safe one. But for this one, thanks again.